Hey, what's up guys? KingSunnyD here, back again with another mod showcase. Today we're going to be looking at a Hat in Times mod. This one is called Hat Kid Steals the Declaration of Independence 3 Kingslayer. Or Kingslayer for short, at least that's what I call it for short, because I'm not saying all that. Yeah, that title, I don't know what that's all about there. I mean, it has 3 in the title. This is the 3rd one in that mod series, I guess. I have never played the first 2. I've only played this one. But it's a really cool mod, so I felt like I should probably showcase this, right? So Hat in Time, if you're not familiar, it's an indie 3D platformer. Came out 2017, same year as Mario Odyssey. You know, it's probably one of the more famous 3D indie platformers that's there. You know, there's a lot others, but, you know, a lot of people, whenever they see another 3D indie platformer, they're just like, is it like a Hat in Time? So, I'm sure you've heard of a Hat in Time. Either way, on the PC, it has a very robust and dedicated modding scene. And a lot of, like, level packs, a lot of, like, custom hat sort of stuff that you can, you know, give Hat Kid different abilities. But this one is a whole overhaul. It's a whole game in and of itself, right? Lots of levels, lots of mechanics here, because this is a character action game. This mod turns Hat in Time into a character action game that I find really cool, really fascinating. So we're gonna go ahead and just jump right into a level. There's a lot to this mod. I'll showcase parts of the different aspects of it, but why don't we get into the main part of it, right? The actual levels themselves. So, getting into a level here. Again, it is a character action game. So, you're going throughout the levels here and you're going to be beating up enemies like these, right? So, you have your standard stuff that you would expect in a character action game, right? You have your light attacks, you have your heavy attacks, you have your launchers, you have your air attacks, you have your enemy steps, you have your stingers. Whoops. Oh, that's fine. This guy's on like a kind of a weird angle. Yeah, there you go. You got the stinger there. Got your overheads. Well, I don't have anyone to lock onto. But yeah, you have all the stuff that you expect to see. You even have some projectile moves, right? Can change into like a gunslinger hat so that you can shoot your projectiles at enemies, at weak enemies, or, you know, extend your combos on stronger enemies, right? All the character action stuff that you expect. Even as you see there on the right, you even have a style meter, right? Just so you can see how effective you are at taking down enemies, keeping up your combo, not getting hit, things like that. How fast you're doing it. So it's all the character action game stuff that you expect to see, you know, in a mod here for a Hat in Time, for a 3D platformer. And it still being based off of a 3D platformer, you still actually have platforming stuff that you do here. Whoops, did not make that one. So the launcher, as you see here, actually gets me up a little bit higher. When I jump, I only go up this high. If I double jump, I only go up this high. But if I do a launcher, it gets me up a lot higher. I can do my wall jump there, can spin and go there. Whoop. There we go. And of course, since this is a fan mod here, they throw in everything that they love, right? It kind of reminds me of the Newgrounds days. Not in terms of quality of game, because this is definitely a lot better than what they could do on Newgrounds with like Flash games and things like that. But in terms of spirit, right? A lot of games back in the day on Newgrounds, they would just throw in everything that they love. If they love Mario and Luigi, they'll throw in Mario and Luigi stuff with Sonic. They have them cross over. You know, they throw in Geno in there, they throw in whatever, right? Transformers, you know, everyone's seen the Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny. I mean, that's not a game, but so this mod does very similar things, right? There's Luigi there. There's going to be some other posters that are around. I actually have not noticed this, right? Oh, there's Shadow there, right? Shadow the Hedgehog. That's all there. We'll see some stuff in the hub world. Clearly, a lot of the moves and style and gameplay stuff very much inspired by Devil May Cry. We're going to see a lot more of that a little bit later on in this level. There's a lot that's here. Even on some of the later levels, they have some more things that I would not expect there to be, right? I'm a big fan of the indie game Spark the Electric Jester. Well, 3 specifically, but I like the other ones. They're fine. They throw in Spark the Electric Jester in that, of all things, right? That's not even like a very big indie franchise there. Hat in Time is a lot more famous than Spark the Electric Jester is, but they got stuff in there. They got Wonderful 1 in there, Wonderful 101 in there. It's, I mean, that's not an indie game, but it's still a game that no one else has played. And they have Wonderful 101 stuff in there. It's really cool. I really like that they do that. I mean, you know, they could never put this in an actual game or anything like that, but you know, I love seeing when people just are passionate about the things that they like, and they aren't even trying to hide it at all. Whoops. I am doing bad. Alright, let's beat up some fools and talk a little bit less. Let's see. You can lock on as well. Well, of course I defeated him. But you can lock on as well, so that can help you out with combat. I believe the lock on is only just like toggle. Actually, I should see. I guess I never played around with the options to see, but see, I can lock on, so I can do that. See exactly what I'm fighting. Gotcha. Alright, let's get this guy. So, yeah, you got your cool character action stuff there. Like, that one, I just, like, kicked them away, and then I did my air stinger so that I can chase them down. There we go. And, you know, even with the Devil May Cry thing going on, Devil May Cry inspiration, when you get an S rank or higher, as you're going through this, the music even changes to be something a little bit more intense, or at least just more guitars, right? Whoop. Ooh, okay. You do have a shield here, very inspired by Smash Brothers in terms of look and sound effects. So you got that going on there. So you got triple S's, very Devil May Cry-ish. And again, more platforming. So I really like this being a hybrid like that. Okay. All right. So I think we're on our way to our next character, Bo Kid. So there are multiple characters that you can play in this game as well. So we had Hat Kid earlier, very standard moveset. Of course, I didn't make that. Just okay. There we go. There we go. So Bo Kid here plays a little bit differently than Hat Kid does. Still have your light and heavy attacks. But her sword changes, right? So now I have like this little lightsaber thing going on here. And if I were to, like, let's say throw it, now I have this chainsaw sword here. If you also like use it a certain amount of times, it breaks and changes it to another sword. It changes automatically, so you don't really have to like worry about changing to a particular sword. It changes kind of randomly. So, you know, you have to pay attention to like what sword is out here and fight with that. I mean, the moves are all still the same outside of like throwing it, because they all have different effects when you throw it, right? And of course, even the swords are all references to other things that they like. There's like a Halo sword in there. They have, I think there's like a Smash Brothers beam sword thing. There's a lot of, oh yeah, what is this? This is a, oh yeah, that's a Breath of the Wild ancient sword sort of thing. Good. Alright. Just want to make sure I didn't use my resources by accident. Okay. Still has launchers. Can still do that. Can kick people away. can bring them back because she also has a grapple, right? She's very Nero. She's very similar to Nero in Devil May Cry 5, right? With the whole breaking sword thing, and making them explode, and being able to grapple your enemies over to you, or you grapple over to them, right? Still got a stinger going on there. Whoop. Come on. Yeah, that one's real powerful. The balloon, it's like, it destroys on one hit, but it's very powerful. All right. Cool. Yeah, and I can also grapple people over to me, and then make it explode right in their face as well. So yeah, she has quite a bit that she can do. I actually really like her playstyle quite a bit. I think when I played this game, when I was going through it, her playstyle was the one I clicked with the most originally. Try to... Wait. Oop. Get out of there. Oh, come on. I definitely pressed the shield button, but that's fine. Still have an S, so that's cool. So yeah, oh, as you see there, you even got judgment cuts in there, right? So, very, very inspired by Devil May Cry. Not even hiding it at all with the whole sound effects and everything like that. Alright, I think we're coming up on our next character, Mustache Girl. So this is our final character of the mod. So, she is big on teleporting, right? She doesn't have the, oh, there we go. She does not have the shield that the other characters had. So she teleports around, right? She can do that, and she can go underground as well and pop out. She's pretty fun. I like her as well. She's very different playstyle. I mean, very Virgil-esque, I guess, with all the teleporting and everything like that. But she's pretty fun. Not as good with her as I am the other two, but she can do a lot, right? She has like this other air launcher, right? So she could do her regular launcher and then do another launcher in the air. Do that. All right. So. All right. Good there. Next. Can even throw out my heavy attacks weapon there, because her light attack, she just punches, but her heavy attack is this time wand thing that you can throw out. Like that. Alright. Okay. Let's see. Let's go in the ground. He doesn't shoot me. Go. All right. All right. Doing pretty well. Oh. Doing pretty well. All right, let's go. All right, let's do this. Go. And one more, I believe. Ground. Boom. I don't think I'm gonna get the top ranking in here, but let's see. Cause we got in close. We got, what was it? Ultra Kill. That's like this. I think that's the second to last one. Last one is Kingslayer for ranks. As you also see on the bottom left corner as well, it does time you, or it does rank you for everything. No! Right, so it ranks you for style, it ranks you for kills, it ranks you for time. Right? Come on. There we go. Got this. Wall jump. Get up here. Go. I keep messing up. Alright, 1 second. Whoop. There we go. Woo! Close. Go. Oh, you also have special too, so you can do this. I forgot there was a meter under my health. I don't really use it all that much because, like, I'd just rather destroy the enemies. But that is there if you want to use that. Alright, we are coming up to the end of the level. And so, of course, as you would expect, there's going to be a boss that we gotta fight. Let's see how well I do with this one. It's a tutorial boss, so it's not too hard. Right. There we go. Got her. There. Where'd she go? There we go, Kingslayer. Don't get me. Whoa, no. What? I definitely shot her first, but that's fine. Still have a good ranking. For real.
Impressive skills, but can you keep up with this?
Right. Hello? Okay. There we go. There we go. We beat that. Got an A rank and everything like that. The time, that's always the part that I'm too slow at. There's definitely a lot to the platforming that you do have in here, despite it, of course, being changed into a character action game. So that's a regular level there. We'll show off some more things there. As you also heard, I didn't really get to mention that. I was focused too much on the fight, but there's even voice acting in the in this mod. Not even like big franchises like Pokemon can do voice acting. So it was cool that they added that into this mod. There is a story on the level select. I don't know if you had noticed it, but let me just go back to this. Well, I'll show this off here. So there's a lot of extra content that's in here. Oh God. What? What is happening? Okay. Is that that character's from Deltarune, right? Is that a Deltarune reference? I don't I don't understand. Like I said, these are mod creators that just throw in everything that they're fans of. So I guess that's the thing. I don't really understand what just happened. But even on that point, you know, as there's a checkbox here for skip cutscenes. I did that earlier because I just wanted to show the level. There are cutscenes in this. Has full voice acting in it and all that. This is the third in the Hat Kid Declaration of Independence thing, so there is some story going on. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really understand what's happening in there. You know, they put in a lot of effort into it, and I very much can tell, like, for the fans of it and their friends and everything like that, it's probably really great. It's not my type of it's not my type of humor or my type of story, but you know, I'm glad that they did it. It's really cool that they, you know, had that sort of effort in there, and I'm always going to appreciate that. But yeah, they throw in their favorite stuff. Sonic Silver is there. There's all these different areas like the cafe. They have different characters show up in the cafe, because I definitely saw a Kirby in here at some point. They got these Splatoon dolls here. I think you could do karaoke like Yakuza. That's a whole thing as well. So, and they throw in everything that they like. So they literally have a mug vending machine in here. I'm not a root beer type of person, so I know that's a whole thing. We got this arcade area. Different characters will be in here as well. I don't know if these are original characters or what. I swear one time I came in here I saw Spark. So that's the thing. I don't know what these posters are. They might be like other indie games or mods that are being created, or maybe they're actual game. I don't know. I've never heard of those. Yeah, more Splatoon stuff going on there. I think that's a YouTuber, that One Up Mushroom thing. So yeah, they throw in their favorite stuff, right? So there's extra gameplay stuff as well. That thing that I showed off earlier, because I guess I skipped over it. This is a level rush, right? So this allows you to play the levels back to back to back. If you die, then you have to start back at the very beginning. So it's sort of gauntlet for at least the levels themselves. You know, there's a training mode here. It is a character action game, so a good character action game should have a training mode for you to actually test out your stuff. So yeah, you can test out your combos here, and even, you know, you can see your move list and everything that you can do. You know, I'm not going to go over all these, but I, you know, talked about what a lot of these are. Anyway, it has it for all 3D characters. Even in training here, you can practice your different combos, right? Do combo trials. So, you know, this one here, do sprint slam, and then, whoop, messed up, sorry. Whoop. There you go, right? So you can do things like that to practice your combos. You know, there's a few for each character here. Goes up to 8. 8, you know, has a lot of things mixed together. Like, this is the full list of moves that you would need to do. I've done all of them. You know, this one gets like hard halfway because you have to do like 2 moves like back to back. Let's see. That's the part that I always mess up. Yep. Pawn kick, specifically. Because, you know, it's a lot of switching between LB, LT, pressing the left stick, because that's the thing that allows you to punt an enemy away. So, there's a lot to this. But yeah, that's, you know, how you can get better. The whole combo trial thing here, you see that in a lot of fighting games. I kind of wish that they'd add this to character action games, just to help beginners learn different combos that they can do. Like, of course, this isn't end all be all. You can get do different combos that you don't that are not listed here, right? This is just kind of giving you a baseline format, and you can get creative off of that a little bit later. Whoops, that's the wrong one. Yeah, so there's all that sort of stuff there. Of course, you can Make sure that you have max gauge if you want to use your specials as part of your combo. Change what enemies that you have there. It's all the stuff that you expect there to be, right? So I'm glad that all of this is here. You have a database here, so you can, you know, they wrote lore for all of this, all the characters that are relevant to this. So all that's here. You got training mode. You got your level gauntlet there. And then when you beat the game, you even get some other challenges that you can do. Right, so waiting on this to load. If we talk to this person here, they bring us here into this datascape area. And so there are extra levels that are here. These ones are a lot more focused on platforming rather than combat. There's still some enemies here that you can fight, but it's more so focused on the combat. I'm not going to show off this full level here because it does start to get a little bit hard. There are some mechanics it asks for you to do that they don't even ask for you to do in the regular campaign. And so this level can kind of get a little difficult for me personally. Of course. So actually, as we're doing the combat, for it not being combat focused of a level here, let's do that. What I like about this as well is that, like, again, it's not like a crazy in-depth character action sort of game here, but it has enough of the basics here that I honestly think this is a good beginner character combat character action game if you ever wanted to get into the genre but were intimidated by the usual difficulty that comes with the genre, right? Because, you know, Devil May Cry, Bayonetta, those games can be hard if you're not used to that sort of game. They do have difficulty, of course, difficulty levels. But you know, this just kind of on the fundamental level, at least how the fighting goes, is pretty simple. So this is like a good starter one, kind of in the same way that Hi-Fi Rush is also a good starter character action game as well, right? I put this up there with Hi-Fi Rush. I mean, Hi-Fi Rush being a dedicated game for that genre, it's definitely a lot better, and you know, it's a game fully designed for it rather than just being a mod. But in terms of difficulty, in terms of like learning how this type of game works, you can't go wrong with either one. Oh, come on. Yeah, this is when the platforming starts to get a little bit hard. Should be able to do this one. Hello? Okay. Let's see. We're not going to spend too much time on this. If I can't get it, then so be it. Because this is not the full part of the mod that I want to showcase. I mean, did the main part of it. Yeah, actually, we're not going to worry about that. There is, like, cool stuff. Actually, let me show one part of the level later on, like, tells you to do, like, this whole... If you do a dive and then you do... Whoop, guess I didn't do that right. Let's see. So if I do a dive and then... Nope, that's not it. Dive and then do that, you carry your momentum across. So... that's the thing that they ask for you to do in this level later on too. And then, you know, there's whole things about using the platform momentum, all sorts of stuff. So it's... Again, there's a lot to this. A good blend of being both a character action game and a 3D platformer. So we'll show off one more thing and we'll call it for a video. At the another thing that you unlock after you beat the game is something that anybody that's played, you know, most character action games, especially Devil May Cry, should be very familiar with. It's our little palace of the bloody variety, right? So they've added a bloody palace to this too. So if you're focused on the combat, you know, you could do a whole gauntlet based off of that. All right, why don't we start with Mustache Girl here? We'll do a little bit of this. I haven't made it that far on this, so I don't expect us to take too long doing this. Right? Ah, of course. All right. Okay. Hello? This thing will not die. There we go. There we go. Oh no. No! Yeah, I hate that guy. He does not flinch at anything. There we go. Okay. Alright, looks like we're about to lose. No! 13. Up. Yeah, I'm not teleporting enough, right? Like, if we're talking about, like, you know, characters that I'm good at or using to their full capabilities, I'm definitely not teleporting as much as I probably should. Come on. That guy is so tough. So tough. Let's do that. Wait, nope. Is it this? This? Okay. Yeah, her special input is a little different compared to everyone else's, so I can never remember hers. Okay, round 16. Really? Of course. Should have teleported away. Alright, made it to 16. So that's pretty good. Mustache girl. I think that's the farthest I made it with her. Let's try Bo Kid. Oh, so this is a little loud, I'm gonna admit. Let's turn this down just a little bit. Whoops. Well. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Hello? It's not locking on. Oh God. What's happening? Yeah, this is why I don't use lock on. I like to freely flow between my enemies. Ooh. Oh, I did the wrong move. Did it fall? Oh, that doesn't count. Really? In the air? Oh, okay. Thought there was like a whole lock on. Is it double jump? You have to do it? Okay, it's double jump. Alright. This guy. Nope. Ah, messed up again. Of course. There we go. Alright, we're doing well. Nope! I saw it coming, but I did not react fast enough. Let's Really? Oh, I'm at Kingslayer. Let's go. Okay. Yeah. Right. Hello? Why am I not doing Judgment Cut? Why is Judgment Cut not working? No! What happened to my Judgment Cut? Get me out of here! Yeah, Judgment Cut is straight up not working. I don't know why that's a thing. Okay. Okay, so I've never made it this far before that it's actually asked me to take a breather. Wait, but the timer's still going. Okay. Oh, well, boss. Okay, I guess I've never been here. Oh, and it refills my health. Oh, now Judgment Cut is working. That's weird. Get me out. Nope. Alright. Oh, God. It's been a while since I fought Hat Kid, so... Or met a Hat Kid. So, I don't remember all the moves. Yeah, okay. I would have to practice that fight, so I would know what to do. Alright, we'll end this off with Hat Kid showing off Bloody Palace with her. What is this? Oh, you can change the music. Should turn this down still just a little more. And then what is this? Okay, this is just explaining how it works. Hat Kid, let's see how far we get. Hello? Oh. No. Can I lock on? There we go. No. No. Really? Ugh. Come on. Really? I gotta at least make it as far as Bo Kid has. No way I'm about to lose earlier than I did with Bo Kid. No! Take care of this dude first. No! Every single time. And he doesn't get flinched. Get me out of here. Woo. Alright, there we go. We'll do that. At least take down their health a little bit. Woo! Whoa. Anything else? Hello? Am I missing something? Well, I guess that's going to be the end, because, what the hell? Oh, how did I end up here? Oh wait, no, that's the beginning area. Where are the... There's no other enemies. I guess falling off the ledge kind of messed it up. It's a mod. It's not perfect, but you know, I guess that's it. That's a kind of weird place to end on, but you know, if the enemies don't want to show up, if it doesn't want to have me beat the game or you know, get further, I guess that's all we can do. But hopefully that was a cool showcase on, you know, how cool this mod is. Again, thanks to the creators for making this. I don't know the exact creators' names on here, so it seems to be a whole team. But this is really fantastic. I hope that they go on to, you know, just make their own indie game, because all the mechanics and concepts are there for it. I mean, they seem to understand like how, you know, a game like this should be made. Oh God, we're not doing this again. They seem to understand like how a game like this should be made. So it would be nice for them to actually do something that is their own creations and not borrowed from everything else. See what could be done with it, because this is a cool character action 3D platformer hybrid. Because most character action games aren't really good on the platforming side. And definitely the other way around, where 3D platformers are not really good with the combat most of the time. So, good hybrid. I would love to see them try out that idea with their own sort of indie game. But hopefully you all check it out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.